versus closed. We can put it, we can bring kids back, we can't. I contacted our program, or our project director, Jean Bidet, and spoke with her as well as facilities, and she's part of a facilities planning. So what I said to her was how I understand it to be. There are conflicting reports. We submitted paperwork to the state. Some of our board members have contacted also state ed, and we're told that yes, the building is open, yes, we can bring back kids. I said, can you tell me, is that true, is that not? She said that she did recall having the conversation, but that she felt that she didn't have all of the information when she answered the question. So this is what she told me, and this was this morning. There are two main offices that we have to deal with. Office of Accountability,
who is who I spoke to when I reported to you guys.
And they determine whether or not instruction can be delivered at the building. So as far as the Office of Accountability is concerned, this building is closed. We are not instructing students here.
Closed
to
as
instruction.
An educational institution.
Yes, closed for instruction. Facilities and Planning says we have a current certificate of occupancy, which we do. The building is open in that it is being maintained by the district, it's being used by the district for administrative purposes currently. We own it, we maintain it, we can occupy it. However, in order to change it to now become an instructional facility again, we would need to demonstrate a need through enrollment projections. She gave us the whole list of things we would need to provide. We would need to provide floor plans with how many teaching stations we have in the building, how many students we expect to be in each teaching station, as well as a 5-year projection on enrollment, square footage of the building. And so in order to bring students back here and have the project aided, have a building project aided, we need to demonstrate need. If we choose to bring students back here without demonstrating need, we are welcome to do that through their eyes, through facilities planning. They're okay with us doing that. However, any project that we would need to do to bring the building up to code or up to instructional readiness would be a complete local decision, meaning we would get no aid on any project that we would do. It would have to fully be funded by our taxpayers. On the flip side, the Office of Accountability has its own requirements of what it would require in order for us to take this building and then turn it back into an instructional facility. And that was a conversation Kathy had, which they said we would also need to demonstrate need, but then they would need to take it in front of their Board of Regents. I did not speak with the Office of Accountability. I only spoke with our project manager. I gave her various scenarios. What if we bring back 3 grades? Again, we need to demonstrate need. What if something catastrophic happened to one of our buildings and we needed to bring all the kids back? And I didn't give her any examples because I didn't want any bad karma. But something catastrophic happened and we were no longer to keep the kids in the building, one of the other 2 buildings. She said that would be a different situation, that then we would be able to get aid on the building project. But as it stands now, if the students are housed in the other 2 buildings, if it's if it's a sound building, if we don't have a demonstrated reason to bring the kids back here, she said that's not what building need is meant for. So we could do a project, SED would approve a project, but we wouldn't get aid on it.
Well, just so we can clarify some things. Number one, Jean is not the person I talked to, and her boss
It's
Carl
is
yes.
the one who wrote in writing what he said to me. And I explained to him exactly what happened. We moved our kids, they're no longer here. I explained that we were going to do a project here. The board voted not to do the project. The money was refunded. You know, the state already approved the project. We already had all that stuff. And he said, it is a local decision. I don't care where you put your kids in, but don't ask for money to go make one school bigger and then decide it isn't going to fit. So, I mean, I have it in writing from her boss saying that it's a local decision. So the problem is that now we got 2 different people with 2 different information
Well,
together.
being a local decision is what she said.
No, when he said it was a local decision where we want to house our kids, and we'd like to put them back in there, they're still our buildings, they're still all taken care of, and we would be able to use them.
And she said that too. We just won't get aid on the project.
Aid for, we don't need, if we wanted to put our kids back, what aid would we need? We don't have to do anything, dollar amount to put them in there. So if the kids are here for 1 year, is it then aidable after that? Are you saying this building is no longer ever aidable? That's the
This
question.
building will not be aidable unless we can demonstrate a need for why we felt we needed to bring the kids back here.
Okay, see, that's not what he
So
said.
she did say, she said it's a total local decision. The building has a certificate of occupancy. If you want to bring the kids back, that's totally up to you, but if you do we can't fund a project for that, to bring them back.
Right, not to fund a project, but if we put our kids back in here, I cannot believe that you're saying that the state is saying that we put kids in here this fall. We say we want to put 7th and 8th grade, or 5th and 6th, whatever, pick a grade. They come back here. And we don't have to put any dollar amount in this building to put them in it. But if we want to go out for a project in the future, you're saying that they will not let us do a project in the school.
But we do need to do a project in order to bring kids back here, because it's not ready for kids.
And we do have to go to the other entity, to the Office of Accountability, and we have to meet their requirements too.
Right, he did say that, you know what I mean, but that there would not be a project to physically bring the kids in this building currently. I mean, I guess that would be what the facility would have to decide, you know what I mean, but I'm just saying.
I was
you know,
under the impression that the building was not ready for students to come in. like,
Based on what,
tomorrow.
because we walked our kids out, that it's no longer to bring them back in?
No, because we've used parts and pieces of it for the other two buildings, so that is why.
But the parts and pieces and the equipment would go with the students. You know, smartboard, desks, tables, chairs.
Infrastructure.
I was thinking more
Infrastructure.
structural.
So we
pieces.
tore, apart- the only building that we
So
have
we would
wired end
empty
to
the
end,
other
we
end.
tore apart. I don't really wanna get into this.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to,
We just wanted to report that we
Yes.
Right,
called,
but-
because you had the question.
Right, and I,
called
like I
the
said, I
office
have
of
heard Rob, who
accountability.
said something totally
This
different.
building, it's our number
It's a
one
different
asset,
answer to a
we have
different
zero
question.
plan for this
That's all.
building.
It's something that needs to be looked at.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe that we tore a building apart. I believe you moved some stuff, I believe you moved some smartboards. You did not take all our wiring. No one climbed in the ceiling, pulled all our wiring out. There's no reason you couldn't put some kids back in here, so.
And
There.
some kids, so are we talking about having two buildings and only half of them full in each one?
I'm talking about getting aid in this building. That's what my biggest concern is, that there's no aid for this building. And if it was 5th and 6th grade, if it was, 3rd and 4th, not moving kindergartens, I understand the whole thing about, the kindergartens have big rooms, but I'm just saying, to have some kids in here so we have aid in this building, so that we can use this building, so.
I
That's
called
not what
under
you're
the
saying.
understanding that we did need to do a project in order to bring the kids
Right,
back.
and I did not. I told
So,
them specifically, we
I
could walk them
didn't-
back in.
I did not ask
Right.
if
We can
we
call back. We have all
funded
the
ourselves,
contacts.
if we bring our kids back, if next year or the year after,
Could we get aid?
I
That's
did
my
not
concern,
ask
is
that
could we get
question.
aid if we had the grade level in here, so.
Yeah, I did not
We
ask
didn't
that
ask the
question.
question. We have the contact.
Well, we'd have to demonstrate need to get the Office of Accountability to authorize us to bring kids back into this
Exactly.
building. So the two entities, while they are both state ed, don't really seem to work
Well, they
together
told
at
us,
all.
they told us they don't.
And they have their own criteria for what
Each of them.
they will approve, if you will. So I just wanted to bring it up because I know that there have been a lot of questions surrounding it. That was the information I received today. And I am happy to call back and give that other
Both
scenario.
offices.
Yeah, and ask to speak to Carl, because he's the one who did it in writing,
Right,
and I
she
can,
told
I
us
can
that's
give, I
her
can give you
boss.
what he
And
sent
I
me in
didn't
writing, you can have
deny
it. Yeah.
that you had that information.
Yeah.
I just wanted to call.
But I only spoke to Carl. Jean, it was over her head, she said, and she gave me Jean, and he's the one, I'm sorry, Jean to Carl. And he's the one who
Carl's her
sent,
boss.
yeah, and he's the one who sent it in writing, so I'd have it in writing, so that I could
Which
specifically
building is
repeat what he
best
said.
for quality of
But I'd be more ready to
education?
give it to you.
Phrase the question
Yeah.
and get a different answer to a different
Correct.
question.
And I do believe, Kathy, that you were planning to report on the building condition survey, which would then, I think, be a nice segue into the facilities discussion.
We can have
Because
some
then
more
we'll
solid
have
answers when we call
accurate
back.
information on the condition of all the buildings, not just this one, but all three of them. And what their needs are with current prices for those repairs. And it also includes estimated useful life for all of the pieces of it as well.
And there are old engineering reports and architect reports on that. Anyway. Thank you.
Okay, my turn?
What provides the best quality of education, period?